Hello everyone, and thanks for watching SFU Volleyball on Clan TV. I am Tamara Nip. Tonight, Simon Fraser will look to use the momentum from their straight sets win over Northwest Nazarene on Thursday to complete a weekend sweep to start the second half of their GNAC schedule. Standing in their way are the Central Washington Wildcats. We'll have more on the visitors from Ellensburg in a moment, but first, a quick recap of the Clan's win. Big scoring runs throughout the match lifted SFU to a 3-0 win over Northwest Nazarene, 25-19, 25-16, and 25-17. This was the Clan's second victory over the Nighthawks this season. Junior Betsy DeBeer had a game-high 15 kills and added 2 blocks, while Tessa May had 10 kills, 4 blocks, and 2 aces. Setter Julia Tays dished out 39 assists. 5 players in total recorded double digits in digs, including Tays, Tamara Clark, Kat Dolge, Jamie Bratsberg, and Bianca Tay. SFU improves to 9-8 overall after the victory, and the team has a 6-5 record in GNAC matches. Tonight, the team has the opportunity to move 2 games over 500 with a win against Central Washington, led by head coach Mario Andea. On Thursday night, the number 6 ranked Western Washington Vikings sailed past the Wildcats in straight sets, 25-15, 25-19, and 25-21. Central Washington's junior defensive specialist, Kyla Morgan, reached 1,500 digs in the late stages of the first set. This was Central Washington's first back-to-back loss of the season, and it drops their overall record to 14-4 and 8-3 in conference play. Earlier this season, on September 15th, SFU earned a straight sets win, 25-14. Oh, sorry, that's against Northwest Nazarene. I do believe earlier in the year, Simon Fraser lost to Central Washington on the road. That's it for us on the pregame show. We'll have the anthems and player introductions for you right now, so stay with us. You're watching SFU Volleyball on Clan TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Simon Fraser University for tonight's game between the visiting Central Washington University Wildcats and your Simon Fraser University Clan. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd ask you to please rise and remove all caps for the playing of the American and Canadian national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our starting lineups, beginning with the Central Washington University Wildcats. Number 1, Sarah Joffs. Number 5, Shelby Burnson. Number 7, Kyle Morgan. Number 11, Bridget Webb. Number 15, Michaela Swart. Number 20, Gabriella Hara. And number 21, Madison Webb. Head coach for the Wildcats, Mario Andale, with assistant coach Coley Song and Shelby Zuri. And now, your starting lineup for your SFU clan. Standing 5'9", a junior from Ottawa, Ontario, number 1, Ariana Togan. Standing 5'11", a junior from Delta, British Columbia, number 11, Tamara Clark. Standing 6'1", a junior from West Vancouver, British Columbia, number 6, Betsy Decker. Standing 6 foot, a junior from South Surrey, British Columbia, number 7, Angelica Gilbert. Standing 5'10", a sophomore from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 16, Julia Tez. Standing 6'3", from the Roberts Creek, British Columbia, a senior, number 21, Tessa May. And over the flag, standing 5'9", a senior from North Vancouver, British Columbia, number 0, Jen Braxburg. And coach of the clan, Gina Smith, assistant coaches Rocco Akenta and Devin May. Ladies and gentlemen, it's volleyball time back here in the it's the Central Washington University Wildcats. This is your Simon Fraser.
Welcome back to SFU Volleyball on Clan TV. Today's game is live streamed on YouTube, and you can watch it at athletics.sfu.ca/VBLive. In case you're just tuning in, we just went over tonight's starting lineup. So starting for Central Washington Wildcats, middle blocker number 1, Sarah Joffs. Outside hitter number 5, Shelby Moritzen. Libero number 7, Kyle Morgan. Outside hitter number 11, Bridget Webb. Number 15, outside hitter Michaela Swart. Setter number 20, Gabrielle Ahara. And number 21, outside hitter Madison Wegg. Starting for Simon Fraser tonight is libero number 0, Jamie Bratsberg. Number 1, Katarina Dolge, defensive specialist. Right side hitter number 3, Tamara Clark. Outside hitter number 6, Betsy DeBeer. Middle blocker number 7, Angelica Kielberg. Setter number 16, Julia Tays. And middle blocker number 21, Tessa May.
First to serve for the Central Washington University Wildcats, number 20, Gabriella Hara.
Starting serve for Central Washington Wildcats is number 20, Gabrielle Ahara. So last time Simon Fraser and Central Washington faced each other earlier on in this season, Simon Fraser lost 1-3 sets. 19-25, 17-25, 25-18, and then 18-25. So they'll look to avenge that loss tonight. And that started off with a great kill from Angelica Kielberg. That's a good pass. A little bit of a roll shot. Easy dig for Simon Fraser. Great dig from the libero number 7, Kyle Morgan. Outside to number 5. Good dig from Katarina Dolge. Outside to Betsy DeBeer. Great roll shot over the block of Central Washington. So that's a very smart play from Betsy DeBeer to take things 2-0 in the first set. That's a good pass from the libero. Outside to Madison Wegg, and just a little wide. Simon Fraser leading 3-0 in the first set. That's another good pass from the libero. Great pickup from Tessame. Great out-of-system set from Katarina Dolge. Central Washington sending a free ball over to Tamara Clark on the right. Good dig from the setter. Slightly out of system. Great dig from Katarina Dolge. Great back set from Jamie Bratsberg. And good block touch. Good pickup from Jamie Bratsberg. And just Simon Fraser unable to control that dig. So that should be a kill from right side Madison Wegg. Simon Fraser leading 3-1 in the first set. And that's just a wide overpass attack from number 11, Bridget Webb. Serving for Simon Fraser is Tamara Clark. There you can see the replay. A bump set outside. Good dig from Jamie Bratsberg. Good out-of-system set from Katarina Dolge. That is a huge block from number 21, Madison Wegg, and number 1, Sarah Jopps on that block. Score is 4-2 for Simon Fraser in the first set. Simon Fraser a little out of system. Great swing cross court from Betsy DeBeer. Double substitutions coming in for SFU. Kirsten Pinkney coming into the front row for Katarina Dolge, and Bianca Tay coming in to serve for Betsy DeBeer. Great block from Tessa May and Kirsten Pinkney. Let's see the replay. So if you notice, the middle actually looks like she's kind of running maybe like a 31. She starts her approach from a little bit wider than that 51 angle than most middles would take. So the idea is that a lot of blockers might get psyched out. They might take a step to their right and be out of position for her to come in close to the setter. So good attempted run from Central Washington. I think maybe just a little bit of missed timing on their end, but not a bad play to try this early in the set. Simon Fraser leading 7-3 as Tessa May serving. That's a good pass outside to number 15, Michaela Swart. And that's a great block from Angelica Kielberg and Julia Tays. Let's see the replay. Yep. Both of Simon Fraser's players did a really good job staying with the ball and closing the seam there. So tough block to hit around for Central Washington. And Angelica Kielberg with a great swing. I think she's 2 for 2 now on kills. And head coach Mario Andaya is going to be taking his first time out of the match as SFU has come out firing with a 9-3 lead at this point in the match. Let's see the replay. So yeah, smart play from Angelica Kielberg. I think the middle blocker would have had that if she had just pressed her hands over a little bit more. Sometimes when you're blocking, it's more effective to try and reach over the net versus trying to get as much height as possible on your jump. So again, in case you're just tuning in, SFU has come out firing in this first set. The score is 9-3 for SFU. I mentioned earlier that prior in this season, SFU did lose in 4 sets to Central Washington, so they will be looking to avenge that loss tonight. Coming out of the timeout, serving for Simon Fraser is Tessa May. Outside, good block touch. Bianca Tay unable to reach that ball, so that will be a point for Central Washington. A kill from number 15, Michaela Swart. That's a great pass from Kirsten Pinckney. Oh, good idea from Julia Tays. A little bit uncharacteristic of her. We know she is a fairly active setter in terms of setter dumps. Usually up and over into the pot is where she likes to go. So just a little unlucky on that one. Great roll shot from Kirsten Pinckney. Score is now 10-5 for SFU with Julia Tays serving. Easy dig for Jamie Bratsburg there. And a great swing from Kirsten Pinckney down the line. Scores 11-5 for SFU. That's a great block from Angelica Kielberg and Tamara Clark. And a good dig from Bianca Tay. Kirsten Pinckney taking a swing on it. Good dig from the libero. Outside to Shelby Moritzen. Blocked. And referees ending that rally on a double play call. Serving for SFU at 12-5 for them is Julia Tays, and a service error into the net. Score is now 12-6 for SFU. Serving for Central Washington is serving for Central Washington is number 3, Casey O'Brien. And a service error for Casey O'Brien. Double substitutions coming into the match for SFU. Betsy DeBeer into the front row for Bianca Tay, and Katerina Dolge serving for Kirsten Pinckney. Simon Fraser leading 13-6. Oh, and that's a great swing from number 11, Bridget Webb. Ball just falling between two players. So again, Simon Fraser is one of the best defensive teams in terms of digs in the conference. So a little uncharacteristic of the ball to land between two players like that. So I'm sure as the game progresses, they'll get a little bit more aggressive on their defense. And on that play, Betsy DeBeer just being called on the net. So point for Central Washington. Score is 13-8 for Simon Fraser. Great set from Julia Tays. And yeah, number 20, Gabrielle Ehara being called on a double. Tough ball to set there. It was a little low, a little fast. She's coming in from the back row. But that was a great swing from Tamara Clark. Let's see the replay. Right into the seam there. Libero had a great dig, just a little bit too tight, I'd say, for their back row setter. Tessa May on a 51, and that's a great almost dig from number 7, Kyla Morgan. Not much more she can do to control that. Scores 15-8 for Simon Fraser. That's a good pass from the middle. And that's a great tool kill from left side, number 5, Shelby Moritzen. Good pass from Katerina Dolge behind to Tamara Clark. Great swing from Tamara Clark. Shelby Moritzen almost had the dig, just not quite enough time to get around that ball. Simon Fraser leading 16-9 with Tamara Clark serving. Great dig from Katerina Dolge. Unfortunately, just digging over the net and out of bounds, but that was a great almost dig. Serving for Central Washington is libero Kyla Morgan. Good pass from Katerina Dolge to Tessa May. Blocked, out of bounds, so kill for Tessa May. Double substitutions coming in for SFU. Kirsten Pinckney into the front row for Katerina Dolge, and Bianca Tay coming in to serve for Betsy DeBeer. Scores 17-10 for Simon Fraser in this first set. That's a great setter dump from number 20, Gabrielle Ehara. Good pass from Jamie Bratsberg. Great kill on a step around from Tessa May. That's the right defensive play Central Washington wants to make. If you noticed, I believe that was Shelby Mortensen crossed in front of Madison Wegg on that dig, and that's usually what you want to see teams doing on a cross-court swing. They kind of need to overlap with each other. Of course, only one of them can touch the ball, so they would call it kind of like a crossover or an X pattern on their digs. And Mario Andaya is taking his second and final timeout of the first set. Let's see the replay. And again, great swings down the line. I think what's been working so far for Simon Fraser is that they have been fairly active trying to swing down the line, especially when number 20, Gabrielle Ehara, is blocking. A lot of the times teams will, or I guess setters, when they're running their offense, there's a few things they need to look at. I'd say most important thing is their hitters, their own hitters, who's doing well, who's most likely to score them the point, without overloading or getting a hitter too tired too early on in the match. Another thing setters like to look at when they're choosing their offensive options would be who's blocking their hitters. So for Central Washington, when Gabrielle Ehara is in the front row, she is a little bit smaller compared to the rest of her teammates. She's standing at a roster height of 5'6". Meanwhile, some of the other blockers, so she'd be blocking with middles, Sarah Joffs, that's roster height 6 feet. So again, a lot of teams will try and go after the mismatch in blockers. So Central Washington is a very strong blocking team. So I think last time Simon Fraser played Central Washington, they got blocked quite a bit. So one of their ways, I think, of getting around their block is trying to find the smaller blocker. SFU having to send a free ball over. And a step around, great dig from Tamara Clark. Kirsten Pinckney, again, aiming down the line, tooling. It looks like it went off of number 20, Gabrielle Ehara. Simon Fraser leading 20-11 in this first set. Nice serve from Tessa May. Good pass from Bianca Tay. Good touch from Gabrielle Ehara. Very smart play. Angelica Kielberg on the step around and overpass. Oh, great defense from Central Washington. They're sending a free ball over. Let's see what SFU can do. Oh, and just a little long from Angelica Kielberg. Point for Central Washington. Great defense from Central Washington on that rally. Their scores 20-12 for Simon Fraser. Great block touch from number 20, Gabrielle Ehara. Outside to Kirsten Pinckney again. Good pickup from Madison Wegg. Outside. Great dig from Jamie Bratsberg to Kirsten Pinckney. And linesman calling touches. So point for Simon Fraser. That should be a tool kill for Kirsten Pinckney. Mario is looking like he's wondering which player from Simon Fraser got the block touch, but as a linesman, you don't actually have to disclose the number. So for a down rep, if they catch someone on the net, or if they see the block touch, often they'll make the call and then signal which number for the player at fault that made the error. But for a linesman, they don't have to say the number of the player that got that block touch. So another point for Simon Fraser. They've gained quite a bit of momentum here in this first set. Scores 23-12 for SFU as they'll look to close out the first set of this match. Outside, Shelby Moritzen. Great kill down the line from Shelby Moritzen. Substitution coming in for Central Washington. Number 3, Casey O'Brien, substituting in to serve for Sarah Joffs. Score is 23-13 for SFU. That's a great pass from Bianca Tay. Outside to Kirsten Pinkney. Great dig down the line from Madison Wegg. A deep tip, good read from Bianca Tay. Tamara Clark on the right with the tip to pot, and that will score for Tamara Clark as that takes SFU to set point. Substitutions for Simon Fraser. Double subs. Katarina Dolge coming in to serve for the set. And Betsy DeBeer coming into the front row for Bianca Tay. And Katarina Dolge missing serve on set point. Definitely giving Central Washington a chance here to gain some momentum heading into the second set. Oh, great kill from Angelica Kielberg. That's the point for Simon Fraser to end the first set, 25-14 for Simon Fraser. We're going to take a short break. Thanks so much for watching SFU Volleyball on Clan TV.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
To 14. I have the statistics from the first set. Central Washington actually hit into the negatives. So they hit a negative 0.59. Their top hitter right now, besides their setter, who's at 1 kill on 1 attempt on her setter dump, would be number 5, Shelby Moritzen, but she's at a 0.91. Everyone else for Central Washington is either at 0 or negatives. So in case you don't know how the hitting percentages work, if someone were to get a kill, that would essentially be 1 or a positive 1 or 100 or 1,000, however you'd like to think about it. If they hit a continue, it's exactly 0. And if they're making an error, a hitting error, that would be a -1 or 100 or 1,000. So if someone had 1 kill, 1 error, and 1 continue, they would be at 0 exactly. So obviously you want to try and be at as high as possible, but a lot of the times players will naturally have to have some continues in their game, so they'll never usually hit at a full like 1,000 or 1.000, however you would be reading the statistics. For Simon Fraser, the hot hitters right now would be number 3, Tamara Clark. She's at a 7.50. So she's at 3 kills on 4 attempts with 0 errors. She's also has 2 assists and 3 digs and a block assist. Another hot hitter for Simon Fraser is number 7, Angelica Kielberg. She's at 400. She was at 3 kills, 1 error on 5 attempts. Earlier in the season, Angelica Kielberg was sidelined for a little bit with an ankle injury, so it's nice to see her back on the court and being really effective for Simon Fraser. Of course, number 21, Tessa May, has a 600 hitting percentage right now with 3 kills, 0 errors, and 5 attempts. And number 2, Kirsten Pinkney, also has a high hitting percentage with a 417, 5 kills, 0 errors, and 12 total attempts. So obviously Simon Fraser is hitting at 364 after the first set. Central Washington is in the negatives at 0.59. So a lot of things that Central Washington I think can improve on. Simon Fraser, in my opinion, is playing very well. And I think Central Washington is very capable of playing at a higher level. So I think throughout the rest of the match, we'll be looking at Central Washington to kind of chip away and find their groove a little bit more than where they started off at. And it's a good thing for them. It's still really early on in the second set, as Simon Fraser just is trailing by 1 now. Central Washington leading 4-3. Great dig down the line from Tamara Clark. Good slowdown from Central Washington's block. Oh, and just some mistiming or miscommunication between the setter and the middle there. Either the middle went up a little bit too early, or the setter just set it a little bit high or a little bit too far. So double substitutions in for Simon Fraser. Kirsten Pinkney into the front row, and Bianca Tay serving for Betsy DeBeer. Oh, and that's a great spot from number 11, Bridget Webb. Tight pass. Outside to Shelby Moritzen and just into the net a little bit. Point for Simon Fraser. Scores tied up at 5-5. And that'll be an ace serve for Tessa May. Simon Fraser now leading 6-5 in the second set. Great pass from Shelby Moritzen. Good dig from Bianca Tay. SFU unable to get the ball over the net. Substitution for Central Washington. Number 3, Casey O'Brien, coming in for number 11, Bridget Webb, to serve. Great pass from Kirsten Pinkney. And a great kill from Angelica Kielberg on the step around into that cross-court corner. Serving for Simon Fraser is number 16, Julia Tays, as they lead by 1, 7-6 in the second set. Oh, and that's a great kill from number 5, Shelby Moritzen, into that deep cross-court corner. Serving for Central Washington is number 20, Gabriel Ehara. Score is tied up at 7-7. Great kill from Angelica Kielberg with a tip just up and over the block from Central Washington. Double substitutions into the match for SFU. Betsy DeBeer into the game for Bianca Tay, and Katerina Dolge in the game for Kirsten Pinkney. Oh, that's a great kill from number 21, Madison Wegg. That was a nice inside set, and she had maintained a deep cross-court swing. Great pass from Jamie Bratsberg. Oh, and that's a great block. I think that's number 15, Michaela Swart. See the replay. Yeah, number 15, Michaela Swart, I think had that block solely for herself. Deep swing from Betsy DeBeer. Good pickup from the libero. Great dig from Jamie Bratsberg. Betsy DeBeer with the kill, using the blocker's hands. Score is all tied up at 9-9. And Jamie Bratsberg will get the ace serve on that one. Simon Fraser taking the lead again, 10-9 in the second set. And another ace serve for Jamie Bratsberg. Scores 11-9 for SFU. And Jamie Bratsberg with the service error. Serving for Central Washington is number 7, Kyla Morgan. Good pass from Katerina Dolge. Great block touch from Central Washington to make an easy dig for Kyla Morgan. Great pickup from Katerina Dolge. And Tamara Clark, almost. Central Washington having to send a free ball. Great save from Julia Tays, the one-hand set. Good thing Tessemae was there. I think she was in the back row, Julia Tays, so there's not much she could have done there except make that set, and she executed perfectly. Great day from Katerina Dolge. Outside to Betsy DeBeer with the roll shot with the kill. Great play from Betsy DeBeer. And Mario Andaya will be taking his first time out of the second set as Central Washington now trails by 3. Simon Fraser up 13-10. So again, Simon Fraser has been finding really good ways to score. Usually when they play Central Washington, they get blocked quite a bit. I'm just looking at Central Washington's blocking. The amount of blocks per set that Central Washington has had is around 2.48, while they've limited their opponents to 1.6. So Central Washington is out-blocking pretty much all of their opponents by quite a bit. And definitely compared to Simon Fraser. Simon Fraser is at a 1.57 for blocking, but I do think Simon Fraser is doing a really good job tonight of avoiding Central Washington's block, or at least using it to their advantage. Central Washington has a lot of tall players, especially in the front row, so I think SFU is doing a good job so far of trying to use the blocker's hands versus hitting right into it and getting blocked. Scores 13-10 for SFU coming out of the timeout. Serving for SFU is Tamara Clark. Central Washington sending a free ball. Good pass from Tamara Clark to Tessa May on the step around, blocked. Good cover ball from Tamara Clark. Betsy DeBeer, tight ball, covered. SFU will send a free ball to Central Washington. And just a little wide from the setter, number 20, Gabrielle Ehara. So Madison Wegg unable to keep that ball in play. Point for Simon Fraser, scores 14-10 in the second set. That's a great short serve, making the middle play that ball. Oh, great block from Betsy DeBeer and Tessa May. That's a huge block. There's pretty much no chance for Central Washington to cover that ball. Score is now 15-10 for Simon Fraser as they have pushed. And yeah, again, great block from Betsy DeBeer. Oh, that was a fantastic kill from number 21, Madison Wegg. Good pass from Betsy DeBeer. Back row attack, good slowdown from Tessa May. Good pickup from Jamie Bratsberg. Outside, great dig down the line from Tamara Clark. Oh, great tip from Julia Tays. Such a smart play from Julia Tays. She hasn't established herself that much in this game as she would have in other matches. I think in the first set she did have that setter dump into the net, so probably trying to get away from it, giving herself a breather, relying on her hitters. But now is the perfect time to get herself involved in the match again. That's a great swing from number 15, Michaela Swart.
Next serve, number 15, Michaela Swart.
Outside to number 5, good block touch from SFU. Outside to Kirsten Pinkney. Great dig down the line from number 21, Madison Wegg. And Madison Wegg getting called on a double on her free ball over. And Mario Andaya taking his second and final timeout of the second set as Simon Fraser is leading 17-12. So Simon Fraser has started to push ahead in the last few points, and that's definitely something that they want to keep building on, but something that Central Washington will be looking to shut down as they want to try and gain some momentum back. Of course, it is only the second set, so it's not at a do or die point, but I think we've seen Central Washington play at a higher level. Obviously, this is the first game that they've been playing at SFU, so maybe the Simon Fraser viewers haven't seen it, but those of you who follow Central Washington, I think you guys know that Central Washington has another step up, another level that they can hit. It's just getting to that point. Sometimes when teams are in this moment, all it takes is small steps at a time to try and build their momentum back up and get to the level that they know they can play at. But Simon Fraser, again, playing very well. All their hitters are being really effective. Sometimes with teams, there's certain, like 1 or 2 hitters that might do really well. But with Simon Fraser tonight, I'd say all of their hitters, including Julia Tays, their setter, is being a force to be reckoned with at the net, which makes it really hard for Central Washington's blockers and defenders to kind of try and shut down hitters. Great swing from number 11, Bridget Webb. Substitution for Central Washington, number 3, Casey O'Brien, and to serve for Bridget Webb. And a service error. We saw her with a service error in the first set as well, so I'm sure that's uncharacteristic for serving subs. Normally, if a player just comes in to the match to serve and then gets subbed out as soon as they lose serve, we would refer to them as a serving sub. Normally, serving subs have a good serve. So obviously better than the player that they're taking out, but also the idea is that they come in and play defense. So a lot of times middles are usually known to not have good defense. So if you can get someone in to serve and defend for you, that's helpful, because some teams will actually pick on the middle that has to serve. So for Simon Fraser, that's usually Tessa May. She's pretty long, though. She's able to sprawl out and get digs. So I wouldn't say teams really try and pick on her after she serves. And Central Washington head coach Mario Andaya is going to be talking to the referee about that call. He definitely thought his player got the setter dump up, but down ref saw the ball down. No call from the linesman, so obviously there can always be some confusion there, but I don't think that this is a call that the referees will overturn. It is essentially a judgment call, so not much can really be done on his end. Hard to see, but in order for the ball to be up and cannot touch the gym floor at all, referee probably thought at least half or more of the ball touched the gym floor. It's hard to say. So down ref is now consulting with the head referee. I would be shocked if they overturn this call, but the head referee is getting off his post, so normally that's very uncharacteristic. I don't actually know what is going on. They're getting out a rule book. The referee has got his reading glasses on and is pulling out the rule book. So I'm not too sure what the official ruling states. To my knowledge, the ball must fully avoid the gym floor or avoid contact with the gym floor. So let's see a replay. It's really hard to say. I mean, I think it definitely hits her hand. I just don't know if it only hits her hand. Because again, if it's half her hand and half the gym floor, that ball is considered down. So a little hard to say. So yeah, they're still consulting the rule book. Head referee still has his glasses on. Oh, glasses are off. He's walking back to his post. And I think the call will stand as a point for Simon Fraser. Yep. So play stands as is, point for Simon Fraser, ball was down. Again, once referees make that call, there isn't really room for referees to overturn their call. Things like that, it's strictly judgment. It's like an in or out call. It might not actually have been in or out, but the referees usually have to stand with their call. As soon as they start overturning their calls, then coaches just start arguing and kind of bullying referees. So that's why referees need to stand with their initial call. So point for Simon Fraser coming out of that long delay. In volleyball, there is a saying that the ball never lies. So if there's a disputable call, the next play determines who actually should have gotten the point before. So good play for Simon Fraser, followed by an acer from Katarina Dolge. Score is now 21-15 for Simon Fraser. An X ball, good run, good block touch from SFU. Betsy DeBeer. Oh, great pickup from setter Gabriel Ehara. Great dig from Jamie Bratsberg. And Betsy DeBeer swinging into the block the ball would have gone wide, but Betsy DeBeer just in the way. So ball hitting Betsy DeBeer before it hitting the floor. So point for Central Washington, scores 21-16 for Simon Fraser. Great swing from Tamara Clark. Good pickup from Angelica Kielberg. Great set from Julia Tays. Good dig. Good block touch and pickup from Katarina Dolge. Good dig from Katarina Dolge outside, or to the right side, Tamara Clark. Good dig from the setter. Central Washington will be sending a free ball. Good pass from Katarina Dolge. Play call. And the tip from Tamara Clark. So smart from Tamara Clark. We don't see too many hitters tip that way on an X ball. Normally the spot that's open, people tip the other way towards the left side blocker. Normally the left side blocker is the one that is up blocking in the middle on that kind of play, whereas the right side blocker peels. But very smart play from Tamara Clark. And a great kill from Tamara Clark on the right side. I think Mario is trying to argue that Betsy DeBeer went over the line. I'm not too sure if you guys saw that after she swung on one of the tight balls, she did fall to the ground. Again, the ruling is that her whole foot would need to go over the center line. Although, actually, I think this league adjusted their rules recently. So, sorry, that's the rule in Canada. But obviously, in the NCAA, there's slightly different rules. I think the ruling is that you're only called like over the center line if it's interference. So if you actually interfere with the whole play, typically if your whole foot is over the line, then that is kind of interfering. But I don't think she was on that play. So this is set point for SFU. It's 24-17. Good dig from the setter, but they will be out of system. Good dig from Katarina Dolge to Betsy DeBeer with a roll shot. Good dig from the setter again, but and that is in from number 21, Madison Wegg. Central Washington stays alive, scores 24-18 for Simon Fraser. Great dig from the libero. Great dig from Katarina Dolge. Good save from Tamara Clark. Simon Fraser having to send a free ball. Great kill for number 21, Madison Wegg. Simon Fraser almost getting the dig. Gina Schmidt definitely wants to end this set right now. I'm not letting it drag out into more points, giving Central Washington a chance to gain momentum for the third set. Scores 24-19 for Simon Fraser. And that is set point that is set for Simon Fraser, taking it 25-19. There will be a 5-minute break before the third set. We'll be back in a few moments. You're watching SFU Volleyball on Clan TV.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
Paul, Devin, large crowd filing into the Redwood Bowl tonight. It is sunny and beautiful. Mid-60s as the chain gang makes their way in as well.
Hold it! Believe it! And let's leave it on the field, baby. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! 1, 2, 3,
It is almost time for kickoff. Humboldt State Lumberjacks taking on Simon Fraser University. Near side still on his feet to the far side and taken down. Richardson throws over the middle, has a receiver going for the end zone, and a great play made. And it's going to be a handoff to the running back over the right stop. Here's the kick. What a spectacular pitch and catch. It's going to be a pass. They're going to look for the end zone, and it's thrown to the corner. Catch is made. Shot, and it's batted down. Wow. To Phillips over the far side. He ducks on a run, Lumberjack, and he's in for a touchdown. Seconds. And making the stop.
Pass is completed for an Atlanta first down.
Welcome back to SFU Volleyball on Clan TV. In case you're just tuning in, Simon Fraser is leading 2-0, taking the first set 25-14, and I have 25-19 in the second set. So Central Washington improved a lot in the second set. So in the first set, they hit in the negatives. In the second set, they're actually hitting a 206, which is pretty good. But Simon Fraser still out hitting them a little bit, hitting a 229. So Central Washington's doing a good job bringing down Simon Fraser's hitters a little bit, but not quite enough to take that second set. So hot hitters for Central Washington is number 11, Bridget Webb. She's at a 500. Madison Wegg, number 21, is at a 300. And for Simon Fraser, hot hitters... Actually, sorry, let me look at overall score, or overall hitting percentages. For Central Washington, Bridget Webb is hitting a 250 based on sets 1 and 2. Madison Wegg is hitting a 231 on sets 1 and 2. Simon Fraser, Tamara Clark is hitting a 333. Angelica Kielberg is at a 571. Tessa May is at a 417. And Kirsten Pickney is at a 333. So Simon Fraser, again, has a lot of hot hitters right now. Central Washington, I think one of their keys will be to try and shut down their hitters kind of one at a time, which can be hard to do since so many of them are firing right now. Angelica Kielberg with the tip up and over. Good dig from the libero. Oh, almost from number 21, Madison Wegg. Good save from the setter. An easy roll shot. Good dig from Jamie Bratsberg. Great block. Good aggression from Tessa May. And Tamara Clark, good dig from number 20. Oh, great swing from 21, Madison Wegg. With a tool kill off Simon Fraser's block. Score is 3-1 for Central Washington. Oh. That is I'd say that's a kill for Julia Tays. That is a fantastic play. I don't know if we can get a replay of that. Here's a replay. So overpass, she's trying to save the ball. Central Washington, obviously trying to put the ball back down. Hits Julia Tays, and goes back over the net with the ball dropping. I don't think I've ever seen that before, so great play for Simon Fraser. Outside to Shelby Moritzen with the kill down the line. Central Washington leading 4-2. Serving from Central Washington, libero Kyla Morgan. Betsy DeBeer outside, great swing, cross court. Double substitutions coming in for SFU. Bianca Tay in to serve for Betsy DeBeer, and Kirsten Pinkney in to the front row for Katerina Dolge. Great pass behind, and a great kill from Madison Wegg. Central Washington still leading 5-3. And yeah, referee calling setter Julia Tays on a lift. Jamie Bratsberg looked like she was in a little bit of pain, but she's up. She's in her ready position, so play will go on. And of course, Central Washington tries to serve her, but that's up. Referee calling Kirsten Pinkney on a double. And Gina Schmidt will be taking her first timeout of the third set, as they are trailing now by 4. Scores 7-3 for Central Washington. So upcoming games for Simon Fraser on October 18th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time against Alaska Fairbanks. That's on the road. And on October 20th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, again on the road against Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. And then October 23rd at 7 p.m. at Western Washington. So you can head down to Bellingham and make a road trip out of it if you do want to watch. And October 27th at 6 Pacific Standard Time against Montana State University Billing Yellow Jackets. And Simon Fraser's next home game will be Thursday, November 1st at 7 p.m. against Concordia, Oregon. Simon Fraser having to send a free ball over. Great block from Tessa May. And another block from Tessa May. Great, almost a great dig from Tamara Clark. Scores now 8-3 for Central Washington. Great step around kill from Tessa May. So on Tessa May's step arounds, the reason why I think they're so effective is that she has the ability to hit anywhere and also mix in tips and roll shots. So if you notice, Tessa May doesn't just hit cross court, or doesn't just hit down the line, or doesn't just tip or roll shot. She actually has all those different variations mastered. So that's what makes her so effective as a middle on those step arounds. Scores 9-4 for Central Washington with number 5, Shelby Moritzen serving. Great joust from Julia Tays. Central Washington almost recovered it, calling them on a lift, although the ball wouldn't have come over anyways, but that is a great joust from Julia Tays. Oh, great dig. Oh, almost. just not quite enough height for Simon Fraser to get under it and continue the rally. Substitution for Central Washington. Number 19, Sarah Absalawson coming in to serve as Central Washington leads 10-5. Angelica Kielberg on step around. Great pickup from the setter. Back row ball. Good dig from Bianca Tay. Outside to Kirsten Pinkney. Down the line. And that's a kill. Great swing from Kirsten Pinkney. Very hard ball to defend from Central Washington when a hitter uses the blocker's high hands. And then the ball goes deep, usually over the back defender's head. Double substitutions came in for SFU. Katarina Dolge serving for Kirsten Pinkney, and Betsy DeBeer into the front row for Bianca Tay. Score is 10-6 for Central Washington. Good self-cover from Betsy DeBeer. Great cross-court swing from Betsy DeBeer. Score is now 10-7 for Central Washington. Nice serve from Katarina Dolge. A bump set outside. Oh. Sometimes digging down the line can be a little bit scary. In that case, I think Julia Tay's had her hands kind of neutral, which is what you want to have them, so your hands are not up ready to dig with your hands and they're not already locked together in a passing platform. But sometimes when a swing down the line comes really fast, if you hesitate for just a split second, you won't have enough time to get your hands either up to dig or locked into a passing platform. So on that one, Julia Tay's missed her dig. I think she had the ability to dig with a passing platform versus her hands, but I think she had hesitated a little bit too long, so she couldn't change her platform fast enough to make the dig with her passing platform versus her hands. Central Washington leading 12-8 in this third set. May on a step around. Great read from the libero. Good pickup. Great dig from Jamie Bratsberg to Betsy DeBeer. Blocked. And that's a great block from Madison Wegg and Julia Melander. Scores 13-8 for Central Washington. Tight ball. Oh, yeah. Referee calling Julia Tays on a lift. Julia Tays is in the back row, so again, not much she can do on that play. It's the right attempt to try and set that ball, but just a little unlucky. The ball might have been too far gone. Great tool kill from Betsy DeBeer off the blocker's hand. Tamara Clark serving for SFU. Let's see the replay. As a blocker, those are really frustrating because you essentially don't give your your team a chance to defend afterwards, right? If it hits you as a blocker and goes sideways, that's something your team usually can't pick up afterwards. So very smart for Simon Fraser's hitters to be going for those tool kills tonight. And that's a point for Simon Fraser. Again, a few years ago, I think actually just last year, the GNAC conference eliminated the chase rule. So before, if the ball went beyond the kind of center line but around the posts, players were allowed to chase the ball as long as they brought it back on their side and not through the antennas, if that makes sense. But a few years ago, they actually stopped the chase rule. They said it was unsafe. So as soon as the ball is past the center line, then there's not much a player or a team can do to save that ball. Substitution for Central Washington, number 2, Madison Lee, coming in for number 15, Michaela Swart. Scores 14-13 for Central Washington. So SFU coming back here in the third set. Great pickup from the setter. Outside, Shelby Morrison. Good dig from Jamie Bratsburg to Betsy DeBeer with a tip just over. Great dig from the setter. Oh, a little tight. Oh, great save from Tessa May. That is phenomenal. Most teams would give up on that. Great dig from Tamara Clark down the line. Betsy DeBeer with the roll shot. Easy dig for Central Washington. Outside to number 5. Good dig from Katarina Dilgay. Simon Fraser will send a free ball. Good pass from the libero. Block from Betsy DeBeer. Cover ball from Central Washington. Oh, I think that's going out of bounds, but better safe than sorry. Great dig from Central Washington. Great block from Tessa May and Julia Taves to end that rally. That was phenomenal defense from both teams, Central Washington and Simon Fraser. Mario Andaya taking his first time out of the third set as Simon Fraser has come back from, I think they were down by 5 points. So it's all tied up at 14-14. Let's see this replay. It's going to be long, but great dig from the setter. That play from Tessa May is phenomenal. Not many players would be able to do that. A lot of players would just give up. So Simon Fraser showing some good defense. Got Simon Fraser sending a free ball, so they know they're going to have to block and defend to win the rally. Solo block from Betsy DeBeer. That's a good cover though from Central Washington. Again, great cover or great defense from Central Washington. And ending with a great block from Tessa May and Julia Taves. So again, phenomenal defense from both teams, Simon Fraser and Central Washington. So that is a heartbreaker to lose, and definitely a big momentum shift coming for Simon Fraser here. So score is tied up at 14-14. Outside, Shelby Morrison. Great swing from Shelby Morrison. Libero Kyla Morgan serving for Central Washington as they lead by 1, 15-14. Great pass from Katarina Dilgay. A tip, but good defense from Central Washington with a kill from Shelby Morrison. Shelby Morrison, as a senior, she is very experienced. She knows how to turn it up. She will look to lead this team into a third set win to keep the match alive. Great swing from Tessa May. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Tessa May normally hits very well in the step around. She actually cuts just inside. She doesn't go all the way to the pin. So as you can see there, that left side blocker for Central Washington was too wide. So very smart play call from Julia Taves. And of course, great execution from Tessa May. That is a great block from number 21, Madison Wegg. Another senior for Central Washington. See the replay. Yeah, great block from Madison Wegg there. Score is 17-15 for Central Washington. Good dig from Madison Wegg. Oh, tight ball. Great joust from Julia Taves. Great joust from Julia Taves. She continues to be a very strong offensive player, even as a setter. Outside, Shelby Morrison, and another kill. She's in the back row now, which is a good thing for Simon Fraser. She's been 3 for 3 on her last swings, I'd say. And again, as a senior hitter for Central Washington, she knows how to turn it up. She definitely doesn't want to lose to Simon Fraser tonight. So her and I think Madison Wegg will be looking to really try and push for the game to continue on. It's a great read from number 15, Michaela Sport. Scores 19-16 for Central Washington. Great dig from Shelby Morrison. Oh, And again, Tamara Clark doing a similar defensive move that we saw Julia Tays do when she was in the back row last rotation. Again, digging down the line can be very scary, so Tamara Clark, I think, committed to not having her hands locked down or up, but just play happening too fast to make a concrete decision in time to make the right defensive play. So Gina Schmidt taking her second and final timeout of the third set as they now trail by 4. Simon Fraser pushed hard to climb back to a 14-4 tie, and now they are down by 4. So score is 20-16 for Central Washington. Again, Central Washington, some of their hitters are turning it up. I think realizing they are tied 14-14 in a third set, and they had lost the first and second set of the match, knowing that this is the time to make a difference and this is the time to make a push. So Central Washington definitely showing their grit here in the third set. Simon Fraser will be looking to side out and get some momentum back and not have this go out into a fourth set. Great pass from Bianca Tay. Oh, great swing from Kirsten Pinkney. I think that might have gone a little long if Shelby Morrison had left it, but again, Shelby Morrison is a very experienced player, doesn't want to give up on this game yet, so doing whatever it takes to make a difference out there. Great pass. Outside. Great kill from number 15, Michaela Swart. Substitution for Central Washington, number 19, Sarah Absa-Lawson, coming in to serve as Central Washington leads 21-17 in the third set. Central sending a free ball. Great kill from Angelica Kielberg. Double substitutions for for Simon Fraser. Katarina Dolge coming in to serve, and Betsy DeVere in the front row. Let's see the replay. Angelica Kielberg running a 31. Great run. Good read from Julia Tays. Great kill from Betsy DeVere. Again, using the blocker's hands. Simon Fraser has been scoring really effectively when number 20, Gabrielle Ehara, is in the front row. Again, just a little bit smaller than some of the other blockers on Central Washington. So definitely a blocking mismatch compared to Simon Fraser's outside hitters being around 6 feet, while Gabrielle Ehara is listed as 5'6" on the roster. Mario Andaya not happy with that last call, as Simon Fraser's now within 21-20 here in the third set. Step around from number 8, Julia Melander. Gabrielle Ehara now serving for Central Washington as they lead by 2, 22-20 in the third set. Great pass from Jamie Bratsberg. Setters out. Good set from Kyla Morgan. Julia Tays chasing that down. Great fix. Blocked. Oh. That's a good slowdown from Betsy DeVere and Angelica Kielberg. I'm guessing Tamara Clark was already kind of leaning to go transition out to swing, so a little unlucky there. Scores 23-20 for Central Washington. Gina is all out of timeouts, so great run, great kill for Angelica Kielberg. 23-21 for Central Washington. Serving for Simon Fraser is libero Jamie Bratsberg. Oh, good save. Good spot from Julia Tays. I was definitely going out, but again, better to take it. Good dig. Oh, good block touch. Good dig from Katarina Dolge. Tessame. Oh, great dig from the setter. Good pickup from Jamie Bratsberg to Tamara Clark. Again, smart play to take out the setter. Libero has to step in. And wide from number 21, Madison Wegg. That is the point for Simon Fraser. Simon Fraser only trailing by 1 now. Central Washington leads 23-22 in the third set. Again, Mario still has 1 timeout in this set left. Gina Schmidt is all out. Oh, that's a great kill from number 15, Michaela Swart. I think Tamara Clark was there, maybe just didn't get outside enough, which is why she got tooled. Set point for Central Washington. Great pass to Tessa May with a kill. Simon Fraser staying alive. Trailing by 1, still set point for Central Washington, 24-23. Let's see the replay. Again, Simon Fraser, when Gabriel Ahara is in the front row, Simon Fraser's been doing a good job of, I'd say, using a shorter blocker to their advantage. And when she's in the back row, Simon Fraser's been doing a good job of hitting to her, so she's being forced to dig. That's a great block from Simon Fraser. Scores tied up at 24-24. But again, back to what I was saying, when Gabriel Ahara is in the back row, Simon Fraser's been doing a really good job of hitting to her, taking her out, making the libero have to set, which essentially takes out their middle. So it makes it a lot easier. Oh. Great defense from Simon Fraser, just not quite enough. This is still set point again for Central Washington, 25-24. Kyla Morgan serving. Good pass from Katarina Dulge. Tessane, deep tip, that's in. Again, such a smart play from Tessane. Scores tied up at 25-25. Simon Fraser's double substitutions came in. Again, Mario Andaya still has 1 timeout left. Gina Schmidt is all out. Great dig from Jamie Bratsburg outside to Kirsten Pinkney. Great dig behind. Oh, good dig from Jamie Bratsburg. Simon Fraser sending a free ball. Tip, good dig from Tamara Clark. Ball rally continues on. Shelby Moritzen with the kill. Again, set point for Central Washington. Shelby Moritzen, senior hitter for Central Washington. Really stepping up in this third set for the team. Good pass from Jamie Bratsburg. Tessa May in there. Central Washington looking like they wanted that play call to be out, but Julia Tay's phenomenal set there. Central Washington's blockers actually jumped with her, so Tessa May essentially had no blockers on her on that step call. Oh. Central Washington is not happy with that call. So, again, it's tough to say if that ball avoided the ground the whole time. And that will be a reserve. So I think referee quick to make the call, consulting its crew, having to call a reserve. Yeah, I think on the replay that I just saw, I think the ball was still alive, so probably a good reserve judgment from the referee panel. And again, in volleyball, there's a saying, the ball never lies, so the ball was probably up. This is, again, set point for Central Washington, 27-26. This is good news for Simon Fraser. Shelby Moritzen is in the back row serving. She's a really good defensive player, but again, when she's in the front row and wants to win, it's very hard to defend her. Kirsten Pinkney, huge kill down the line from Kirsten Pinkney. Score is tied up at 27-27. serve from Julia Tays. Oh, great block, good cover ball. Yes, from Jamie Bratsberg. Simon Fraser sending a free ball over. Outside, good block. Oh, almost just a little unlucky. Set point for Central Washington, 28-27 here in the third set. This is a do or die set for Central Washington as Simon Fraser is leading the match 2-0. Good dig from Jamie Bratsberg to Kirsten Pinckney. Easy dig, good slowdown from Central Washington block. Oh. Back row swing from Shelby Morrison. Way to take out setter Julia Tays. Oh, Kirsten Pinckney with such a smart play. So for Simon Fraser, when Julia Tays digs, they have their right side Tamara Clark step in and set. And Tamara Clark is very athletic, has the talent to swing as well as be a setter. So very nice as she can still run an offense if their setter digs. Oh, block, good block coverage. Great set from Angelica Kielberg. Central Washington looking to call her on a lift or a double, but referee's not giving it to them. Angelica Kielberg, the deep roll shot. Outside. Good roll shot, or good dig from Julia Tays. Great ball from Tamara Clark. Sending a free ball. Angelica Kielberg with the kill to 5. This is the first time in the match that Simon Fraser is at set point. So let's see the replay. So throughout this set, Central Washington has been at set point probably 5, 6, or 7 times so far. But right now, Simon Fraser is at 29-28, and this is their first chance being at set point, and essentially match point. Yeah, so Simon Fraser, I think, really benefits from having Tamara Clark being able to step in and set the ball when setter Julia Tays digs. For Central Washington, when their setter digs, their libero has to step in and take the second ball. So as soon as the libero has to step in, the ball has to go to the left or the right side. Setting the middle, first of all, would not be first tempo. It will not be a 51 or a 31. But it's also a really awkward angle to hit a ball that's coming from behind you. So I think it's really effective for Simon Fraser to have Tamara Clark be their right side as well as their second center. So again, we're coming back from Mario and Daya's second and final timeout of the third set. As Simon Fraser's at match point, and that is match for Simon Fraser, 30-28 here in the West Gym. So again, I don't think Simon Fraser's ever beaten Central Washington in 3 sets straight. Definitely not in the last few years. And again, earlier in this set, or in this season, Simon Fraser lost in 4 sets to Central Washington. So this win in 3 sets is going to feel good. I think Simon Fraser is definitely playing some good volleyball tonight, so we'll see what they can do in the remaining half of this season as they will look to improve their standing in the GNAC conference play. So again, Simon Fraser taking the game 3-0, 25-14, 25-19, and the third set 30-28. Thanks so much for watching SFU Volleyball on Clan TV.